Okay, I'm logged in my controller. This is my first virtual machine. You can see I have created 3 virtual machines with default options. So now machines are ready. I'm logged in using the default username here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to root with the same password. So now I can check I am logged in as root. Is that correct? So hostname CTL. This is the command I have to execute to set the hostname of my system. Hostname CTL set hostname control .example.com. It says, let me verify with the command again. So now the hostname of my system is changed to control.example.com. Same thing I will be doing on the second machine and third machine as well. Okay, so what are the names which I have to give to these machines? As we have in this diagram, control.example.com, the second machine will be this one and third machine will be this one. So now I'm going to configure the IP address. So I'm able to see that my internet is working in this machine. So internet is perfectly working as the request is going. So if config is the command with the help of which I can check the IP address of my system. I'm currently working on controller. I can see the IP address which is there. This is automatically given to me. I have not configured any network settings here currently in this virtual machine. But as per the requirement, I want to set up this static IP address, right? This one. Static IP address is something which we are setting explicitly. We want in our network the machines to have IP addresses as like this in this diagram. Specific ranges that in 172 range, and we have specified the subnet mask as well. So now to configure IP address, we need 4 things. What are that? You need IP address.
I will go a little slow because I was trying to do the config for the previous this one, and you gone a little further. I missed out the command.
Please wait. I'll explain you everything. Just follow along. Subnetting. You need a subnet mask. You need DNS, and you need gateway. Okay. From where you will be getting the gateway? From where you will be getting the DNS? The DNS will be using the Google DNS, that is 8.8.8.8. So DNS helps us in converting IP address to domain names and domain name to IP addresses. For example, if you are searching amazon.ca, the request goes to DNS and automatically finds the IP address from its records and redirects you to that website. Subnet mask from the diagram we already know. IP address we can see from the diagram. What is the gateway? To find the gateway, you have to go to your VMware workstation, edit, virtual network editor. So once you will open this, it will show you the window like this. So you will be clicking on VMnet 8 NAT. Under NAT, you will see network settings, NAT settings. NAT stands for network address translation. So when we are trying to connect from our virtual machine to internet. So here you will see in your VMware workstation, you will have one thing called gateway IP. In my case, it is this. Maybe when you install VMware workstation, it will be something else. Okay. So I'm using this value 192.168.99.2. The DNS and gateway is required if we want to set the static IP address of our virtual machine, and also at the same time I want it to connect to internet. Okay, so IP address for all the 3 virtual machines will change. These 3 things are same. Are you guys with me on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next step. NMTUI, Network Manager Text User Interface, is the utility which we will be using to configure an IP address. Okay. You will
Will
select
not
the
have the first
GUI,
step, no?
something like this will be visible. GUI, something like this will be visible. You click on edit a connection. We are going to add a new connection. So we are going to add Ethernet connection. So we need to give the name of a connection. Let's name it as Ansible Prep. And we have to check the device name. So from where I can get the device name, come back out of it. Let's exit. So when I am using if config output right, you will see the device name like this, ENS33, and one loopback and one this. There are 3 adapters. We have to use this adapter and we are expecting this IP address to be updated. So the device name in this case is ENS33. So we will use this NMTUI again, edit a connection, go to add, select Ethernet. I want to give the name Ansible underscore prep. You can give any name. The device I'm selecting is ENS33. So I'm going to IPv4 configuration, selecting manual, show, move your cursor to show. I'm using tabs in my system. Press enter. There are 4 things which I have to add here. The first thing is address. As I can see in this subnet mask, 3 octets are already, there are 4 octets. This is first octet, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So 3 octets are 255, 255 and 255. It means every octet is of 8 bits. So 3 octets, that is 24 bits are covered, and the first 3 octets belongs to the network portion and the last octet defines your host address. So simply I'll be using /24 to configure my IP address. If you want to understand more about IP addresses, I will share the video with you and then we can have you can have a look on that. That will clear your concept related to IP address. So what is gateway? I have already found gateway. DNS server is 8.8.8.8. Is that correct? Require IPv4. When you go up the step, you have to select this option. You can use spacebar to select this. I will click my spacebar again. It will unselect that. So rest everything is okay. Just click OK. So now we see that we have the new connection being created. I will go one step back here. The second step which I am choosing is activate a connection. Currently this is selected. I will be selecting this and will be activating this. Going this one step back. Quit. How many of you think that IP address would have been updated now if I will execute this command?
Yeah, cool.
So IP address is updated. This is one thing which I have to verify. The second thing which I have to verify, my connection to internet is also working. If your gateway or DNS will be having issue, the connection to internet will not be working. Okay. Are you guys with me on this? On this system, on system number 1, we have set the hostname and IP address. This is what we have done. What all I'm doing, it's getting recorded as well. I'll be sharing that video with you. Is that okay? So same steps I'm doing on these two machines real quick.